Hello, my name is Mr. Clough and I just want to spend the next few moments explaining the Year 9 options process for 2023. We have three pathways. We have pathway 1, which is the EBAC pathway. I'll expand a little bit on that shortly. The traditional pathway is pathway 2, and we also have a vocational pathway where for some of our pupils it's more appropriate for them to do a qualification which includes coursework and less of an exam towards the end. The English Baccalaureate is made up of English, Maths, Science, a language which in our school would be Spanish or French, and a humanity which would be either History or Geography. We would recommend this to our brightest pupils because it does give them a good, ambitious curriculum and it does help when applying for university and for jobs in colleges and things like that. So we do strongly recommend this to the brightest of our pupils. So here we have a diagram explaining the three different pathways. As you can see, all pupils, regardless of pathway, will be studying English language, English literature, maths, science, RE, core PE and PSHE. Pupils who are following the EBAC pathway will study either history or geography in option 1, either French or Spanish in option 2, and then they have free choices for options 3 and 4, which I'll explain a little bit more on the next slide. The traditional pathway, same core subjects with history and geography. We still recommend French and Spanish for those pupils who are capable of getting a good grade in that, and if we feel it's appropriate for them to do so, and then they will get another 2 option choices. If they choose not to do French or Spanish, then they will get 3 choices from the next page. And then the vocational pathway, we do strongly recommend that they consider doing engineering, hairdressing, health and social care, PE or child development, and then they will get another further 2 choices from the next slide. So here we have a list of all of the options that are available. I'm really quite excited this year to announce that we have got 2 new qualifications on our options. This year we're able to offer dance and we're also able to offer drama, as well as all of the other qualifications that we've offered previously. You will find an explanation of all of these qualifications in the options booklet, which your child should have brought home today, and you will also find some videos on the school website where you can gain further information of each of the qualifications. In order to help our pupils make informed decisions about what options that they might like to take, we will have a series of presentations taking place in assemblies on the week beginning at the 2nd of May. And we will also have presentations available on the curriculum section of the website. These are being currently updated. You will find many of them there currently, and we will be adding to those as we go through the coming weeks. I would strongly recommend that pupils read carefully through the options booklet over the Easter holidays, and when we return, it would be helpful if they have a good idea of what they'd like to do so that we can sit down and work through the options process quickly and making sure that pupils get the options that are in their best interest. If they're unsure when we return, they can seek information from heads of department, from their subject teachers, heads of learning and their form teachers. And there's also a wealth of information on the internet in terms of careers guidance. So a few little bits of useful advice. It's well worth taking the time to find out subjects that you're unsure of. For example, there are subjects such as business studies and media studies that you haven't studied at Key Stage 3, and it's well worth finding out what these subjects entail. Make sure you speak to people, speak to the teachers in school, find out what takes place in certain options subjects, have conversations with parents and carers. It is a really good idea to take subjects that you're interested in and do subjects that you think you're good at, because you are more likely to achieve in these options. And it's also a good idea to keep your options open. If you're not sure of what career you'd like to do, then sometimes keeping options open is a good idea. Few things that you shouldn't be doing is choosing subjects that you don't know anything about. Don't choose subjects just because you like the teacher. You can't guarantee that you're going to get that member of staff for that subject. Don't make decisions without discussing them first with your teachers or your parents. And don't take subjects just because you think your friends want to take them. You can't guarantee that you're going to be in the same class as those people. Here is an overview of the options timeline. When we do return after Easter on the week starting the 9th of May, we will start the interviews, which will include either myself or Miss Phillips. And if parents would like to be involved in that, if you could either send me or Miss Phillips an email to let us know. And then when we conduct those interviews, we'll do it at a time where we can get you on the phone and make sure that you're included within that process. On page 8 of the options booklet, you will find the frequently asked questions section, which you may find useful. And that concludes this options presentation. If you have any questions, please contact either myself, cloughd@heaven.net or Mrs. Phillips at phillipsa@heaven.net. Thank you very much for listening. As I say, any questions whatsoever, please get in touch. Thank you.